A demo for Stellar Blade just came out yesterday on the PlayStation Store, and I just played through it this morning, and I have some thoughts that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to show you some raw gameplay. I'm just going to give you guys my quick first impressions on this demo. But before we do that, hit that subscribe button. I talk about video games all the time on this page. I do day one reviews, and after playing this demo, I'm most likely going to review this on day one as well. But I do other video game discussions, and I talk about movies and TV shows. But enough with this intro. Let's talk about the demo for Stellar Blade. So a lot of my favorite games are by Japanese developers. Resident Evil, for example, is my favorite franchise of all time. I love the Legend of Zelda games, Soulsborne games, you know, all the mainstream staples, I guess you could say, I tend to really like and appreciate. But these sorts of Japanese games are a hard sell for me. The kind with this sort of art design where it feels to me like it's at least a little inspired by anime or manga. I'm not really into that sort of thing. Also, where the soundtrack is constant and it always has vocals in the music and it's blaring 24/7. I know a lot of people love that, I just don't. And also where the level design is very linear and corridor based with smaller open areas every now and then. Final Fantasy 16 is a prime example of that. And then on top of that, hack and slash games in general have never been a genre that I've been into. I've played some of them, I've liked some of them. I really liked Devil May Cry 5, for example, but it's just a genre that I'm not really into. But with all of that being said, based on this demo, I think this will be the game to actually win me over and broaden my horizon when it comes to this genre of video games in the future. Now, obviously, I'm not well versed in this genre of games, but to me, I feel like Stellar Blade is combining aspects of that genre with genres that I am actually a fan of. I hate saying that a game has elements of Souls-like games because I feel like that's said far too often. It's a comparison that's used way too much. But with that being said, you can't really deny how influential that franchise is, and it certainly felt here in a lot of ways. For one, the combat is actually pretty difficult on its normal difficulty. I died a good handful of times just playing through this demo. You need to be precise with your blocks and your parries and your dodges, and your attacks aren't overpowered, while simultaneously your enemy's attacks aren't weak either. This game actually tests your skill and challenges you, something that a lot of hack and slash games don't do properly in my opinion, at least in my experience. And unfortunately, the exploration is pretty limited, which is on par with games like this, like I mentioned. But it's more fun and rewarding so far than I was expecting, but I can't say for certain that I believe that'll hold up come the full game's release. I'm already getting the vibe that exploration for me is going to be a weak part of this game, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Also, this game isn't Elden Ring or Tears of the Kingdom in terms of how it invokes you to kind of figure stuff out on your own, but it also isn't nearly as hand-holdy as I was expecting, which is really cool. You got to kind of put two and two together yourself. You got to go out of your way to search certain areas. You got to, you know, use your brain at least a little bit here and there. The characters are better than I was expecting as well, and the plot actually piqued my interest, which is something I definitely wasn't expecting either, and it's probably my biggest surprise with this whole demo. I'm actually really excited to play the full game because I want to know how this story progresses. I want to know more about the world. I want to know more about the situation that these characters are in when this demo starts. And also, the world seems cool and unique, and its monster design stands out a lot from other games coming out these days, which, you know, that's always a plus. So with all that being said, I feel like this demo did exactly what a demo is supposed to do. It did its job perfectly. It took a game that, for me, I was on the fence about. I thought it looked interesting, but it was nothing that I was excited about. It's nothing that I knew I would play for certain. But after playing this demo, not only did it make me realize that this is a game that I want to check out, this is a game that I want to buy on launch day and play through, but it also makes me want to go back and play other games like this. And it's certainly, like I said before, gonna open my eyes to other games like this that come out in the future. Now, whether or not my thoughts are as positive throughout the whole game as they are with this demo is yet to be seen, obviously. But like I mentioned, I'm most likely going to review this game when it comes out, so look forward to that. Have you played the demo yet? If you have, let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And once again, consider subscribing, and thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.
That was close. Come here. Careful with your jump. Watch out! It's an unlisted Natiba.